Hey guys, welcome to my first ever video for the channel. Today I'm going to be doing a deck profile on Star Dragon Bull, future card Buddyfight. And yeah, so it's a work in progress deck, so I will be trying to post monthly updates of the deck. So I hope you guys subscribe so you can see the updates of this deck and its progress. So yeah, let's just get started with deck profile. So for the buddy, currently I run Future Gator Jackknife. Well, that's just because I pulled a buddy rare of him, so I decided to make him my buddy. I don't really buddy call this deck much. I do plan to make Star Guardian Jackknife my buddy instead. I feel like he's way more consistent than Future Gazer Jackknife. But for now, Future Gazer is my buddy. So yep, so his ability is pay 1 gauge and put a monster from your drop zone into his card's soul. A common misconception with Star Guardian Jackknife and Future Gazer Jackknife is you can put any card from the drop zone into the soul, but it's only a monster. And its ability is, if you have 4 more monsters in your drop zone, he gets 2000 attack and 2000 defense. And if you have 8 or more, he gains penetrate. He has move, natural move, so that's really useful if you cannot find the weapon that allows Jackknife to move. So I do play 3 of the buddy. Yep, 3 of the buddy. Let's just move this to the side first. Really nice artwork. Star Dragon Bull often does do pretty good artwork. So let's just put this to the side. Next, for the size 2s, I run 3 Star Guardian Jackknife. This guy is a really good card. I always boast this card during fights because he's just really good. The stats of 536 is just amazing, especially the 6k defense. It's fightable against spells and monsters that allow them to destroy 5k or less defense cards and 5k or less attack cards. So he's really good, and combined with Divisigator, he can reach 10k defense, which is incredible. So his call cost is 1 gauge, he has Soul Guard, and when he enters the field, you put a monster from your drop zone into his soul. So that's obviously a really good ability. That's pretty much a free cross nice if you have a Dragon Arms in the drop zone, which most of the time Dragon Arms end up in your gauge, so when you pay the gauge to call him, you'll most likely have a Dragon Arms in the drop zone already ready for you. Next we run 3 Star Dragon or Jackknife, another really good card. Basically his ability is, when this card enters the field, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, put a card from mountain into this card's soul and the rest into your drop zone. So he's quite underrated card actually, because despite it being pretty much a luck of the draw, looking at the top 3 cards and finding a Dragon Arms, which would be the best. You can also fill your drop zone with other Dragon Arms, so it really helps basically tutor out some cards into the drop zone. And yeah, 535 isn't bad stats either. So that's it for the size 2s. I do plan to add Esther, it's just that he's really expensive and really hard to find. So precisely this is why a work in progress deck. So yep. For the size 1s, I play 3 Luminous Blue. So Luminous Blue is a hell of a good card. He basically has no call cost. He has a 1/1. You might think those are pretty shit stats, but he gains 1k in attack, 1k attack and 1k defense for each soul in cards on your field. Which means, say you have 2 cards in his soul, and then you have 3 cards in Jackknife Soul, for example, he gains 5k attack and 5k defense because you have a total of 5 cards in souls on your field. When he attacks, you may put a monster from your drop zone into the soul of a Neodragon on your field. He himself is a Neodragon, so if you do not have a Jackknife on the field, if you just swing with him, you can just get a free cross knife into him. And he can be a pretty good staller, waiting for a Jackknife to come out. So yeah, and of course, him at the side with Jackknife on the center or the right, or whatever it is, you get a free cross knife, as long as you have a Dragon Arms in the drop zone, which by the time this card comes out, you will definitely have one in the drop zone. Next, we play 2 Star Guardian Jackknife SD. His skill is, during your main phase, you can call a size 2 Neodragon on top of this card from the drop zone by paying its call cost. So, can't find a Jackknife, that's okay. Call him out, call the Jackknife in your drop zone, boom, free soul. Next, we play 3 V Gradation Quantum Ruler. Quantum Ruler is a really good card as well. Stardust Brave. When this card enters the field, if you have a Neodragon with at least 1 soul or more, put a top card again into the gauge and draw a card. So he's a free charge, free draw. Really good. So that's it for the monsters in this deck. Now moving on to the Dragon Arms. The strong part about Star Dragon World. Basically, Cross Knight's Dragon Arms ability is you may move them from the field into the soul, or pretty much as long as they're in the soul, you can activate their skill, which is, for example, biggest Dragon Arms, Sonic Blast. These size 3 Dragon Arms, pay 2 gauge call cost when your Neodragon with this card in its soul attacks. You may pay 1 gauge if you do destroy a card in your opponent's field. This card's really good because when your Neodragon attacks, destroy the monster in the center and you pretty much get a free 3 damage off because most of the Jackknives have 3 critical. If you have J-Galaxian in the soul, for example, J-Galaxian's skill, if this card is in the soul of a monster Jackknife in its name, it gets 1 critical. So Jackknife becomes 4 critical. It's incredible. And when your impact monster with Jackknife in its card name and this card in its soul attacks, the attack cannot be nullified. So I run Galactical Punisher, which means his attack cannot be reduced, the damage cannot be reduced. So with J-Galaxian in his soul, the attack cannot be nullified and cannot be reduced, which is mad. This card's really good. However, the problem with size 3 Dragon Arms is that they cannot be put into the drop zone. I mean, put into the soul from the drop zone because they cannot be put from the field into the drop zone due to the size limit. So that's okay because I only play 3 size 3 Dragon Arms in this deck. I play 1 Sonic Blast and 2 J-Galaxian. Alright, so next I play 1 Dragon Arms Radiant Armor. During your main phase, if you have 6 life or less and this card is in the soul of your Neodragon, you may pay 1 gauge. If you do, for this turn, that Neodragon gains double attack. So if your Jackknife has 4 critical, swing twice with this guy, and he is a hell of a monster. Next you play 1 Dragon Arms Funada. His skill, when this card is put into your field, put into the soul of a Neodragon from the field or the drop zone, you can charge 1 gauge. And then we have Dragon Arms Charger, which when it's put into the soul from the field or the drop zone, you pay 1 gauge and you draw a card. One's a per turn ability for Charger there. You only play 1 each because that's pretty much all you need. Next we play 2 of pretty much one of the best Dragon Arms in the game at the moment. 2 Dragon Arms Divisigator. If this card is in the soul of a Neodragon, the Neodragon gains defense plus 2000. Which means, like I said before, Star Guardian Jackknife can reach 10k defense. He makes him a impenetrable wall. Next we play 1 Dragon Arms Transporter. Basically the counter to any other Star Dragon World decks you play or any soul based deck. When your Neodragon with this card in its soul attacks, put a soul from a card on your opponent's field into his or her drop zone. So even soul based spells can be targeted by this ability, which makes it really good. So yeah, just 1 is enough. Next we play 1 Jack Arms J-Ignitor. When this card is in the soul of a Jackknife, the Jackknife gains critical plus 1. 1 Dragon Arms Gobble Anchor. I might add more of this. This card's really good. When your opponent casts a spell, you may put this card into from the soul of your Neodragon into the drop zone, pay 1 gauge and pay 1 life. If you do, nullify the spell cast by your opponent. So if you have Dragon Force equipped, you just swing your Jackknife, your opponent casts Green Dragon's Shield or Blue Dragon's Shield, you nullify the spell, the attack goes through. Quadruple attack with your Dragon Force and your opponent's pretty much dead. If they're not dead, just head over to Galactical Punisher and your opponent will feel the pain. For the final monster and the final Dragon Arm in this deck, we play 2 Dragon Arms Seliger. When this card, if it's in the soul of a Neodragon, nullify all abilities of a originally size 2 or less monster that is in battle with a Neodragon. So Soul Guard, nullified, Penetrate, nullified, etc. He is pretty much, in my opinion, your lifesaver in this deck. Moving on, for the spells, we play 3 Jackknife History. So Jackknife History, basically, he has 2 effects. You can either put him into the soul of a jackknife on your field, or you can Drago energy. So it's basically a Drago energy. However, it's 4k attack, 4k defense, and counter attack. So pretty much you're guaranteed counter attack because Jackknife's stats are just really, really good. So this card is pretty damn useful. It's a defensive card, obviously. So, yep. Next we play 3 Star Jack Repair. Another fantastic spell that Star Dragon will got. You can only cast this card once per turn, and only if you have a Jackknife on your field. Put a top card deck into the gauge, and then put a card from your drop zone into the soul of a Neodragon on your field. So, free cross knives, free soul, free gauge. It's an amazing card for no cost. Next, we play 2 Earth Barrier. It's a green dragon shield essentially. However, the difference between this card and green dragon shield is you can only cast this if you are being attacked. So this doesn't happen most of the time, because most of the time your Neodragon's getting attacked. So we just play 2 for safety reasons. Next, I play 2 Mars Barrier. So Mars Barrier is not just when you are being attacked, it's during any attack on your opponent's turn. If it's not link attack, you can nullify it. So this helps you defend your Jackknife. And lastly, I played just 1 copy of Proto Barrier. I am thinking of pumping up this to 2 copies and removing null plays, but for now I'm just gonna run 1. It's a blue dragon shield, but only when you are being attacked. Lastly, for the spells, I play 1 null place. Pay 1 gauge, pay 1 knife, destroy a monster in your opponent's field with 5000 less defense. It's a counter spell, so right before your opponent's attack phase, cast this and your opponent has 1 less attack. Next, I play 4 Radiant Saber Provenance. I do not have Dragon Force on me at the moment. I do plan to add it to the deck, obviously. It's a really good card. But for now, Radiant Saber Provenance is a really good card as well. Pay 1 gauge, all monsters on your field with Jackknife in his name get moved, and he gets 1k for each card in the soul of a card in your field. So if you have 5 cards in soul, it becomes a 9k to crit weapon. Really, really good. Gives your Jackknife move. It's just fantastic. Okay, lastly, we play 4 impact monsters in Jackknife Galactical Punisher. So as I said before, his if he is attacking, the damage dealt by him cannot be reduced, and when he enters the field, you put a card from your drop zone into his soul. He has Penetrate, 10,000 attack, 3 critical, and 5,000 defense. And his call cost is pay 3 gauge and put him on top of a Neodragon on your field. Any Neodragon will do. He is really, really good. I heard people run him in Zeta as well. So, proves his power. So, I hope you enjoyed the deck profile, guys. This is a really, really good deck at the moment, even though it does not have Dragon Force and Aster. I think if this deck has Aster, it'll be really, really good. I will try my best to post updates of this deck. And, of course, upload other deck profiles for Vanguard and Buddyfight often, and try and do some gaming videos as well. So I hope you give this channel a subscribe to pretty much just see content, quality content. And, of course, tell your friends about it. Like the video, and peace out, guys. Thanks for watching.